Oleh pemateri, Bapak Ibu sekalian bisa langsung mempertanyakan apa-apa yang sekiranya kurang jelas mengenai Bionas. Baik, langsung saja kita sambut Miss Zurina Adnan selaku CEO dari Bionas Group. Kita beri aplaus untuk beliau.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, terima kasih. Ladies and gentlemen, saya kalau cakap bahasa Inggeris boleh faham tak? Bisa ya? Bahasa Inggeris saja lah ya. Kalau lebih cepat saya. Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu saya ada slow sikit. Minta maaf. Ya. Okay, we talk in English ya. Alright. Now, we normally hear Petronas, right? You know Petronas. So we are Bionas. So Petronas means Petroleum Nasional. But we are Bionas. Bionas means Bio All National. But we are private. Bionas is a private company. So we left Malaysia in 2009. The reason why we left Malaysia because Malaysia is concentrating on palm oil. But we concentrated in Jatropa. So different. So bila different dia punya direction, kita terpaksa tinggalkan Malaysia lah. Okay. So when we left Malaysia, saya boleh hilangkan muzik tak? Ada muzik ni belakang saya. Jadi mereka tak fokus dengan saya. Boleh? Okey. Barulah dengar. Kan? Saya patutlah tak dengar tadi kan? Yang tadi saya bagi tahu Bionas sudah tinggalkan Malaysia tahun 2009. Kerana apa? Kerana Malaysian government they focus into palm oil, kelapa sawit until today. Okay? So we did not agree with that. Because kelapa sawit is food based. So United Nations not agreeable to food base for biodiesel purpose. So we left Malaysia in 2009. So since we left Malaysia in 2009, today Bionas is in 52 countries. Okay, and I would like to share with you our financial strength. Our financial strength. When we started in 2007, our paid up capital, we still have Malaysian company, even though now we have moved to California. Our headquarters is now in Long Beach, California. But we still keep our Malaysian company. Now, our Malaysian company, when we started in 2007, our paid up capital was only at 300,000 US dollar. 1 million ringgit, 1 juta ringgit in 2007. But in 2011, just within 3 years, from 1 million, our paid up capital increased to 100 million ringgit, 100 juta ringgit, which is about 32 million ringgit, 22 million US dollar, sorry. Now, that is paid up capital. That is paid up capital. So from 1 million ringgit to 100 million ringgit just within 3 years, paid up capital. Now, if we talk about sales, our revenue, our sales, the first year sales in 2008 was already at 6.5 million US dollar. 6.5 million US dollar, first year. Second year was at 10 million US dollar. Third year, 20 million US dollar. Fourth year, 25 million US dollar. Fifth year, 28 million US dollar. And last year, at 48 million US dollar. Now, that Malaysian company accounts, that amount of sales was not consolidated with our JV accounts in 40 countries. Because today we are at 52, but the operating one, the now under operation is only 40 countries. So that amount of sales was not included the sales of our joint venture companies in 40 countries. Because in each country, Bionas owns 50% shares. If we accumulate all the sales, it's going to be billions. Now, our contracted supply up to 2015 is already at 1.6 billion US dollar. Now, I am talking and referring only to Malaysian company alone, not consolidated. Now, we have also a US company called Bio All National Corporation, which is now listing in the New York Stock Exchange. Now, with all this performance, what do we do, Bionas? Since 2007, apa kami buat? Dengan begini punya bagus punya growth, financial growth. What do we do? Kami cuma buat Jatropa based biofuel. Now, when we say Jatropa, pohon jarak, sangat sensitif. Sangat sensitif. Okay. But before I'm going there to that direction, let me just tell you, with this kind of growth of company, this company is only owned by one man. Ini besar punya company, Pak, dimiliki oleh satu orang saja. One shareholder. It's actually 2-3 shareholder, but this one particular shareholder, he owns 99.97% shares, leaving me with only 0.1%. Yeah? And the other director with another percent, 0.1%. So this guy is my boss here. So he owns this company alone by himself. So which means, I'm trying to tell you this, which means any decision by Bionas can be made in 1 second, because it is controlled by one man, which is very, very important. Very, very important. It's not because he is greedy, no, it's because of the technology. I will share with you after this. Now, again, I'm going to the topics of why the whole world has failed miserably in Jatropa, why Bionas become very successful. That is the question mark. Kenapa seluruh dunia buat projek pohon jarak semuanya sudah habis, semua tak jadi, semua fail, but why Bionas making money from day one? That is the question. How come Bionas make money from day one? That is the question. So I'm going to share with you today our key success factors. Why? Why we have been very successful from day one. Now, before I go further, I would like to show you a demonstration on one of our technology called nano emulsion, where I'm going to mix 60% gasoline. Here, di sini dipanggil gasoline apa ya? Petrol. Bensin, okay. Saya akan campurkan bensin 60%, air 20% dan juga Jatropa Additif 20% ya. So kita akan buat di depan ini. Saya jemput saya punya chemist Azlina. So Azlina akan masukkan dalam itu, silakan, dalam bikar itu 60% bensin. Before that, she's gonna let you to smell first and reconfirm that that is gasoline. Maybe kita boleh buka lampu. Cepat sikit. Okey Pak, silakan cuba cium. Adakah ini gasoline? Bisa ya? Confirm lah ya? Ya, pastilah kan. Okey. Jangan cuba-cuba. Terima kasih Pak. Terima kasih. Okey, Azlina akan masukkan ke dalam bikar ini 60% ya. Okey. Now, water and oil cannot be mixed. Air sama minyak tak bisa dicampur. Tak bisa. Di sini dipanggil aduk ya. Tak bisa diaduk. Okey. So that is 60%. 60. Okay. Now she's going to put water 20%. And the water is from here. Okay. Air yang masih baru. Okay. Tapi saya akan minum lah just to make sure. Just to make sure that this is not ethanol, this is not methanol lah. Okay. Wow, very nice water. Okay. So she's going to put this 20%. Now, water density is heavier, so water is at the bottom. You can see clear separation. Okay. Lampu masih belum boleh on ya, tapi tak apa. Nanti kita tunjuk. Okay. Now, to be fair to everybody, I'm going to show you here. Okay, so you can see the separation, right? Very clear separation. Nampak Pak? Yeah. So water is at the bottom. Okay, tak bisa campur lah kan? Okay. So now Azlina is going to mix another 20% of Jatropa Additive. Okay. Now when we say Jatropa Additive, which means Jatropa crude oil, minyak mentah jarak itu dicampur dengan bahan lain dan menjadi additif. Okay, paham ya? So now Azlina is going to put, you can see from the photo there, she's going to put another 20% of Jatropa Additive. Now what is the ratio? 60% bensin, 20% water and 20% Jatropa Additive, which means 40% biocomponent. 40% bio component, 40% bio, which is water and vegetable oil. Okay? Okay, so that is the process. Very simple process. No heating process, tak perlu guna pemanasan. No need mechanical mixer. No mechanical mixer. No need. Just a normal blending is done. Goncang sikit saja. Kasih tutup, kita goncang sikit saja. Kita tengok apa jadi. Sudah? Sudah siap. Okey, kasih buka cap. Okey, kita tengok sebentar bagi dia stable. Sekejap saja nanti dia akan stable. Okey, let's go to the light. Let's go to the light. Okay, now it's stabilized. It's stabilized. Let's look for the water again. Okay, where is the water? Okay, I turn this side. No more water. Okay, it's totally translucent, beautiful, exactly how the pencil looks like. Exactly the same. And you leave this like this forever. Water never separate. We have done it many times. Our clients, our partners all over the world, they have been bringing back with them our sample when they came to our office, and until today water never separate. Okay, it's totally blended, free, no free water, no free water actually. Now I'm going to do a burning test. They said they have already off the system here, so we do a burning test because some people ask me, okay, you put water, can you burn? Can you burn it to make sure that it is really fuel? Okay, so we're going to burn it. Okay, now you pegang. Sekarang ini tisunya sama size ya, tisu sama size. Okay. Okay, so saya akan bakar tisu yang sama besarnya dengan petrol dulu. Ini 100% petrol ya. Kita reconfirm lagi ini petrol. Cuba cium Pak. Yes, reconfirm. Betul ya? Okay. So ini adalah bensin tadi kan, yang 100% ya. Okay. Ini bensin 100%. Okay. Dan ini adalah Bionas yang kita baru mix tadi, bukan? Okay. 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 Now, I am going to burn Bionas first. Okay. Be careful. Okay. Tengok asapnya ya. Ini asap sangat tebal. Asap di sini sangat tebal. Ya, asap di sini sangat tebal. Ini adalah 100% bensin. Ini adalah 60% saja bensin. Apinya lebih besar inilah. Saya memang bakar ini dulu. Tadi kan? Nah, ini air 20%, minyak sayuran 20%. Bensin cuma 60%. Di sini bensin 100%. Kenapa yang 100% habis dulu? Kenapa? Sedangkan saya bakar ini dulu. Now, from this test, it is very clear. Number one, our B40 is much more cleaner. Sangat bersih. Yeah? Number one. Number two, better performance. Better performance ni better acceleration, lebih ringan, lebih power. Number two. Number three, more kilometers, more savings and more mileage. Now, the government have saved 40% of savings on fuel consumption kerana kita sudah gantikan 40% dengan air sama minyak sayuran. Kerajaan sudah, pemerintah sudah hemat di situ. Tetapi bila pengguna, when the people using it, they save another 20%. Nampak tak? Nampak ya? Now, this technology is called nano emulsion. Okay? Teknologi ini dipanggil nano emulsion. Okay, now nano emulsion ini Pak, sebenarnya bagi kami Bionas, ini teknologi nano emulsion ini bukanlah teknologi yang baru Pak. Ya, bukan teknologi yang baru. Ya, kalau kita lihat di sini ya, teknologi ini sudah berada di, has been around for more than 40 years. Okay, has been around for more than 40 years. And the giants like Chevron, Lubrizol, BP, Shell, these are all the giants. Okay, they have been into emulsified fuel. They have been mixing water with fuel for more than 40 years. Mereka sudah campur air sama minyak sudah lebih 40 tahun. And when they mix water with fuel, it become milky. dia menjadi susu seperti ini. Ya. Dan bila dia menjadi susu seperti ini, mereka panggil minyak ini sebagai white diesel. So white diesel is still around and people has been using it until today by the fleets, by the trucks. Okay, and white diesel has received certification from engine manufacturers like Caterpillars and others. Can you imagine? This milky solution, white diesel, the water separates. Tak sampai 1 minggu pun airnya sudah berpisah. But they still use it. Why? Why? Because water is good for the engine. Okay? Water is good for the engine. Later we talk about it, how. Okay? And Komatsu and other company, Nanomizer in Japan, they have been mixing water with fossil fuel. But they use machine. Micro-emulsion machine. They use machine. And water separate. Water separate, but they're still using it. Komatsu use up to 50% water mix. Okay? Why they use water? Because of course to reduce the cost. Kerana mau murah kan? Now, the question again, if the world believe in this white diesel, why don't the world believe bionas? Sedangkan bionas ini airnya tidak akan berpisah. Jadi kalau satu dunia percaya kepada white diesel, kenapa mereka tidak percaya kepada bionas? Now, later I will tell you technically, scientifically, how it happened. Macam mana ini bisa berlaku. Ini bukan magic, Pak. This is not magic. There is a science behind it. This is not magic. There is science behind it. That will be explained to you. Okay? Now, tetapi bionas ini, kami masih berfikir bahawa this nanoemulsion yang saya baru present tadi masih belum menjawab soalan sustainability. Belum. Saya sangat tegas tentang isu ini. Di mana-mana World Conference pun saya tetap tekankan isu sustainability. Kenapa? Kenapa saya kata yang tadi ini guna air 20%, minyak jarak additif 20% itu masih tidak sustainable? Kenapa? Kerana 20% jatrupa additif tadi harus ada cost. Harus ada cost, investment. 20% bukan sikit. 20% bukan sikit. Tadi kan 60% bensin, 20% air, 20% lagi jatrupa additif. 20% jatrupa additif itu bukan sedikit, Pak. So investmentnya itu yang saya katakan tidak sustainable. Kerana harus ditanam pohon jaraknya. Bergantung kepada tanaman pula, bergantung kepada macam-macam hal yang lain ya. Jadi itu kami kira not sustainable. Kerana itu, because of that, we have invested into the most advanced technology in the whole world. The future technology that we have it today called polarization. Now, I want to show you what is polarization all about. Okay? Kenapa saya kata polarization ini adalah lebih sustainable? Saya mahu tunjukkan sama ibu-ibu dan bapa-bapa. Okay? Now, saya akan tunjukkan satu video, okay, yang mana video ini ya dipanggil demonstrasi untuk menghasilkan B25 bio heavy fuel. Nah, heavy fuel itu apa? Ya, heavy fuel itu adalah minyak yang hitam itu, yang kotor itu. Minyak yang murah itulah ya, heavy fuel. Okay? So heavy fuel ini, minyak yang murah ini, bila kita sebut B25, maknanya 75% minyak heavy fuel. Okay? 75% minyak heavy fuel. Jadi kita akan masukkan sebanyak 7.5 liter, 7.5 liters heavy fuel into the blending tank. So bila saya sebut B25, the meaning is 75% heavy fuel and 25% water. Okay? So now we are going to put in 7.5 liters heavy fuel into the tank. This is a 10 liter punya demo. Okay? 10 liter demo. Now, setelah kita masukkan 7.5 liters of heavy fuel, now we add 2 milliliter. 2 milliliter of jatropha additive into 25% water. 2.5 liters water, right? But kita cuma masukkan 0.02%, iaitu 0.02% only jatropha additive into 25% water. Now, I am talking about 0.02% here. Okay? I am not talking about 20%, 2%, no. I am talking about 0.02%. That's the only amount we need to mix with the water, 35% water. And now this water is no longer water. This water is now become renewable fuel. With that 0.02%, it has changed the characteristic of the water. Now this water is no longer water. It become renewable fuel. Now when you mix with 75% of heavy fuel, the performance is unbelievable. Now let me fast forward. You all can have this video later. Saya boleh bagi semua, tapi saya perlu jimat masa. Jadi saya cepatkan sikit. Now, kita mau lihat dia punya performance. Now, what happened here? This demonstration is a burning test, burner, and we purposely did this burning test in open environment next to the pot. You can see here the flame, no smoke, very high temperature. This is the reading, and we managed to reach 987 degrees in less than 10 minutes. A burning test with 25% water, 75% heavy fuel, and 0.02% only polarized additive. Now, we have done a live test of demonstration, okay, where we have two boilers run at the same time. This boiler run 100% heavy fuel, and this side boiler run with B25. B25 and 100% run at the same time. Okay? When our B25 reach 1250 degrees, the 100% only about to reach 800. Faham tak? Ini Pak. Gini. Bila B25 kami mencapai 1250 degree, yang 100% heavy fuel tadi baru mau capai 800 Pak. Begini bezanya Pak. Meaning to say that the government have saved 25%, we replace it with water, and with only 0.02% additive. But when the consumer, the industry using it, they save another 25%. Now, again, the question of sustainability. Kalau tadi kita perlu kepada 20% jatropha additive, but with polarization, we only need 0.02%. So if we only need that quantity, can Bionas supply to the whole world? Of course. Because we only need 0.02%. Now, let me show you a test that we did in Chile. Okay, I will show you a test that we did in Chile. Now, this test was done in Chile using our B25. Ini adalah satu kapal yang sangat besar, Pak. Sangat besar. The company name Navimac in South Chile, di selatan Chile, di Punta Arenas. Now, this is the ship they tested. Now, ini adalah bomber. Ini bomber, the fire brigade, they brought over here 2 tanks of water. Sebegini besar, 2 kali. 2 tanks of water, okay? So they brought 2 tanks of water. This is the opener. And for this particular test, we only supply by courier. This much. Imagine, this contract alone is already worth billion. And we only supply this much by courier. Why? Because we only need 0.02%. Now, the 0.02% we mix with water, this is the opener, and these two tanks of this, dua tangki. Kalau dua tangki ini 25%, Bapak bayangkanlah dia punya 75% berapa banyak. This test, they sail across the ocean of Antarctica for 4 days, 3 nights. Okay, now, so what happened when this process happened? I wish my partner over there, Roberto, is here, because if Roberto is here, this is Roberto. If Roberto is here, like what happened in Singapore, he will tell you his experience conducting this event. Very, very nice experience. Because what happened during this process, when they mix water and they pump to heavy fuel and they do the blending, it has attracted the attention of the public because they are using the Port Authority punya area. Somebody call dia punya oil company, kalau di sini Pertamina. Somebody call their oil company called Copec. They call Copec, they say something bad happened here. People putting water, you know, and they mix water with heavy fuel. You better come now, you better come now. So Copec came, the authority came, very fierce. They said, we have a report that you mixing water. Yeah, father, ni kereta, ni bomber pun sini. It's proof that you put water and you mix water with heavy fuel. This is wrong. We cannot allow you to pump into your ship even though that is your ship. Okay? And then Roberto said, fine. You can do your test. If you can trace the water, we will not pump into the ship. But if you cannot trace the water, we will pump to the ship. Okay, they said, they pun drill. Ambil itu mix yang sudah blend tadi. Dia ambil itu mix, dia masukkan satu blue chemical. This is physical test. Semua oil company tahulah. Pakai blue chemical, masuk, tengok. They could not trace the water. Air tak jumpa. Muka dia pucat. Terkejut dia. Because they thought they can catch them that day. Okay? So they asked to Roberto, I saw you putting water. People reported to me, you putting water. Where's the water? Roberto pun sangat pandai. He said, I don't speak Spanish. Okay, so they get away. And they pump to the ship and they sail across the sea. Now, what happened next? What happened next? So Roberto, for your information, Bionas, saya punya boss ini, when our partners, they call us and say, okay, Zurina, Roberto call me. He said, Zurina, I have a company called Navimac. They agreed to test, but they want insurance. They want undertaking that anything happen to their engine, Bionas will pay. I said to Roberto, sorry Roberto, you take it or you leave it. I'm not going to be responsible. So Roberto said, okay, fine, I put my neck. So what happened? Roberto actually has signed with this Navimac that he will pay any damage if anything happened to the engine. Imagine, across the sea, anything happened to the sea. So what happened when they sail? When Roberto slept, masa dia tidur, dia bangun dari tidur. Kan kita biasa kalau kapal besar kita dengar bunyi yang sangat bising, tok tok tok, macam-macam bunyi lah. Tiba-tiba Roberto bangun dari tidur, dia tidak dengar bunyi apapun, seolah-olah enjin sudah mati. Dan masih itu Roberto kata, today I will die. I will surely die. I have to pay for the engine damage. So then Roberto ran to the deck. Then naik nak tengok betul-betul what happened. Is really the engine die ke apa ni, betul ke? And he was totally shocked and amazed when he found that the speed was at the same speed. But where is the vibration? Where is the sound? No sound. No vibration. Now, not only that, definitely when they sail, the moment they sail, until finish, no smoke at all. Zero visible smoke. Zero. Okay? And no vibration. And they arrive 7 hours earlier than scheduled. Can you imagine that? you have to listen from Roberto. Next time we do event, we call Roberto here. Okay? Now, the conclusion. Conclusion, of course, the government have saved 25%. We replace it with water. But when the ship, when the industry using it, they save more. And when the ship using it, no smoke, no vibration, and they have more kilometers, more mileage. Long life engine is, of course. Long life engine, less maintenance. So this is the beauty about our product. Now, I just explained to you two products, B40 and B25, right? Now, some people ask me, Zurina, how come your product is so special? How come? Okay, I want to show you another product that to prove to you how special is polarization technology. Okay, and this is called Bionas Super Loop Additive. Do you have the sample? Okay, I will show you a video on one of Bionas product, another product of Bionas, and they are going to take to me now the product. I hope they have it with them. Okay, I want to show you how crazy is our product and how crazy is polarization technology. There's no other word than crazy, because it's too shocking, you know. Now I want you to see this video. Okay. And I will explain further what is polarization, okay?
Welcome to Bionas, the world-leading brand in Jakarta-based biofuel. Today, we would like to introduce you our product, Bio Super Lube.
Okay, this is
we have our
engine simulation,
fully synthetic oil,
fully synthetic,
semi-synthetic,
semi-synthetic, and non-synthetic. Friction test machine, and weight resistance. Okay, so
engine
now
simulation without oil.
Engine simulation without oil. Friction test machine. No oil. Satu. Tak ada engine oil, satu saja. Betul Kita tengok
First
kita akan start dengan fully synthetic oil. The most expensive lubricant in the market. In this test, kita guna Petronas punya lah, yang paling mahal punya. Okay? Now we see what happened. Okay? We see what happened. Okay? First we start with fully synthetic. Satu. This is the most expensive lubricant, you know. It's only two. Only two. Most expensive one.
Second, we use the semi-synthetic.
Semi-synthetic. Yang murah sikit daripada yang mahal tadi. So it has to be one. Of course, it has to be one. Okay. Saya akan cepatkan sikit. Nanti Bapak boleh ambil ini video dari saya. Tak ada masalah. Okay. Now, this is semi-synthetic. Semi-synthetic. It has to be one. Okay. Boleh bawa super loop tak? Ada tak? Dengan tablet bawa ke sini. Okay. Now. Okay. So semi-synthetic only one, of course lah. Okay, it cannot be better than fully, right?
Third, we use the non-synthetic oil.
Non-synthetic oil, the cheapest in the market. Yang paling murah sekali in the market. Okay? Saya cepatkan ya. Ini yang paling murah ya. Has to be one also. Okay. Okay. Sudah tentulah. Now we are going to mix Bionas.
Now we add Bio Super Lube into non-synthetic oil. Result.
Now kita akan campurkan Bionas Additive ini dengan the cheapest lubricant in the market. You campurkan cuma 5%, 5% only 5%, mixed with the cheapest lubricant in the market. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, now I want you to focus to the sound. Dengar sound dia. Saya kuatkan lagi dengan sound. Nanti kita kira sama-sama. This is Bionas Super Lubricant Additive, the Bio Super Lube Additive. 1. Listen to the sound. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Listen to the sound. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This machine only comes with 12. Dia datang dengan 12 saja, tidak ada lebih. Mesin datang dengan 12. So kita tak tahu berapa banyak dia boleh pergi. 12
What will happen to your engine if the lubricant dried?
Now, sekiranya lubricant engine oil kita kering. Sudah pakai Bionas punya, mungkin leaking ke apa, kering, tak tahu. Boleh tak kereta jalan lagi? Nothing, totally nothing. 1, nothing here. 2. Listen to the sound. Totally nothing. 12. Okay, now what happened there? The question is, how come? Alright, the most expensive lubricant was 2, but Bionas just 5%, 12. Then even that we don't know until what. Now this is polarization. Let me explain to you what happened over there. Now what happened over there is actually polarization technology has made this area all with positive ions. So what we studied in school, when positive meet positive, what happened? When positive meet positive, it will repel. Dia akan reject kan? Dia tak akan sentuh kan? Kalau positif dengan positif. That's what happened over there. Even though minyak sudah kering pun, the energy, the magnetic over there masih ada. That's why when positive meet positive, it will repel. So polarization is rearrangement of atoms. You can rearrange the position of atoms and ions, negative and positive. Basically, the layman language is you can change anything to become anything. So what happened to the water just now is no longer water. That's why it will not cause corrosion to the engine and whatever that normally you think of. No, it will not. Now, not only that, it's actually even more than that. I will explain you further after this. Okay, now let me show you another product. But before that, this super loop, saya tunjukkan dulu produk lain ya, satu-satu kita tengok. Okay, now this super loop additive, the way we sell to the market, our partners, they say the most easy product to sell. Sangat senang mau jual. How they sell? Simple. They go to the car of anybody of their customers. They said, okay, now this is your car. Listen to the sound. Okay, listen to the sound. Now buka you punya engine oil. Shake this. Letak satu, sebab normally kita punya lubricant minyak engine ada 4 liter kan. So bila 4 liter 250 ml. Goncang, masuk. Okay, now listen to your sound. memang bunyi dia totally lepas tu sangat senyap lah. Akan terus sangat senyap, dan bila bawa kereta rasa macam mau terbang, Pak. Serious. If you have intention to sell your car, you will change your mind. Your car will become new. Your car will become new. Okay, this is one product, super lubricant, and we have a report from our clients in China. One truck company, one bus company, and that bus company has been using this for 4 years, and they never changed their oil, engine oil, up to 850,000 kilometer. Now, dalam bilik ini sajalah ya. Tapi Bionas, kita tidak boleh cerita sama orang. The moment you use this, you don't need to change your oil. Then Bionas cannot repeat our sale. Okay, so what happened? We put here 20,000 kilometer. Then you have to put again, top up. Okay, but actually, the truth is, selagi bapak rasa comfort, kenapa mesti mau servis? All our cars, all over in the US, wherever we are, we never go for service already. Never go for service. Itu service company boleh tutup kalau Bionas jual ini barang. Serius. Okay? Bapak rasa sendiri, bapak tahulah. Sendirilah, kita tak payah nak cakap banyak-banyak. Try baru tahu. Okay? Now, this is super lubricant. It's very, very crazy product. But we have another product from polarization also, which is also very crazy. Okay? Called Bio Booster Tablet. Now, this Bio Booster Tablet, ini, as everybody knows, since 7 years ago or 10 years ago, many countries and companies has been investing into refineries to produce biodiesel. Technology called trans-esterification, gasification, and many other technology called Fischer-Tropsch, pyrolysis, and macam-macam teknologi lah, hydroprocessing dan sebagainya. And this require a lot of investment, too much of investment. Okay, Bionas don't do such thing. Okay, we never invest in all that infrastructure. We don't believe in that. Okay, so you know, just now we did the blending. We just need a storage tank, and a storage tank is available everywhere. Even the blending tank pun Bionas tak bayar. Why? Because the client has their own facility of blending. See, so Bionas never invest on all these infrastructures, refineries lah, all this. No, we don't do such thing. Okay. Now, this product of Bionas called Bio Booster Tablet. The moment you put this into your tank, doesn't matter whether it is diesel or gasoline, doesn't matter. Just put this into your tank, one tablet for 50 liters. Satu tablet untuk 50 liter. 50 liter minyak diesel ataupun bensin, tak kisah. Campak saja, pump minyak 50 liter, it will turn that fossil fuel become biofuel. If you are scientist or you are chemist or you are technical person here in this room, when I say it will turn fossil fuel become biofuel, it's very, very hard for you to believe. It's very, very hard for you to swallow. You cannot even, impossible. Impossible to you, okay? I'm telling you, you put this into fossil fuel, it will then become biofuel. Why I say that? Why I say that? Because I can guarantee you that emission will reduce more than 70 to 80%. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Number one. Number two, when you drive, after you put that, you drive, I give you maximum 10 minutes, normally 5 minutes. I give you maximum 10 minutes. You better be careful with your brakes. Because it will run like nobody business. It will run. It will definitely run. Orang yang mau tukar kereta, tak jadi tukar keretanya. They feel like new. And you better observe your kilometers, your mileage. Okay, every day from here to this, how much you consume fuel. With tablet, how much you save? You tell me. Okay, you tell him. Because definitely they must be saving. Okay, but masalah kita in Indonesia, especially Jakarta, you have macet kan, macet everywhere macet. Because this product works better in the highways. In the highways. Maknanya kalau you selalu lalu highway yang kurang macet ni, dia punya saving more than 30%, more kilometers. Tetapi kalau dalam keadaan macet ini kurang daripada itu, mungkin cuma 15%. Tapi masih ada saving. Tapi tak puas hatilah kita nak 30% kan, besar. Tapi memang jauh beza. Macet dengan highway sangat beza. Dan this works better for older car. Engine kereta lama. You lagi nampak beza dia. Okay? So, now, how many products I told you? Number 1, B40. Number 2, B25. Number 3, Bio Super Loop. Okay? Number 4, the tablet. Okay? Now, so these are our products. And I think in the handouts, you have giveaway, kan? 2 tablets each. Better try. Okay? You better try because this has been sold in more than 40 countries. We have thousands of testimonial and all positive testimonial. Everybody impressed. Everybody impressed. This tablet must try. Okay? Must try. Now, I want to talk about this one. I want to talk about this one. This is very important. Okay? This is very important. Now, this our 5th product called Bio Super Jet Fuel. Bio Super Bio Jet Fuel. Okay? So Super Bio Jet Fuel, our product, we have tested actually many tests. Many tests. But I just want to show you this one. And we just did the test with one airlines company in here in Singapore and Indonesia as well. Okay? But this test was done in Bolivia. This company, why I want to show this test, because there's a story behind it. Now, this company, Lloyd, they are among the 3 companies in the whole world have got this license that they can fly all over the world. Dia cuma ada 3 je dalam dunia ni, 3 airlines yang boleh travel all over the world, including Lloyd. Okay? And Lloyd, for so many years ago, they were not allowed anymore to fly by their government. Bolivian government kata dengan Lloyd, you cannot fly anymore unless you save 12% fuel, baru you boleh terbang. Of course they cannot lah. Mana ada airline boleh prove that they can save 12%? Even if they can save 2%, 3% pun dah sangat bagus bagi mereka, airline company. As you know, the cost for airlines company, 60% cost is fuel. 60% cost is fuel. So basically, they didn't fly for so many years until they met Roberto. So what happened? Roberto went to Lloyd and he did the test. And they did the test. I have a separate presentation for this actually. So they did the test. They did the test, 2 tests. Satu test yang terbang punya, satu lagi test bench test. Ini, satu lagi yang ini, satu lagi yang terbang punya. Dua-dua test orang buat. Keputusan dia, the result was very, very shocking. Okay, so they have got 22% savings on fuel consumption, and this is during the takeoff. You see, kapal terbang, dia punya fuel consumption, dia consume more masa dia takeoff. And Bolivian punya earth, dia punya condition of the ni, dia hilly punya, macam ada gunung-gunung sikit. So the more consume, alright. So with our product, this is the saving, 22%. So what happened? With this 22% saving, have solved their problem. They apply back to the government. Today, they have got their license renewed and they can fly again because of Bionas. Unbelievable. And then, not only that, the pilot until today is still talking about this test because he has got this very nice experience where the vibration was lower 75%. On that, giving very big impact to the pilot. He really felt it, 75% lower vibration. So imagine all this result with our product, Bionas. And the product that we use was only, for our biojet fuel, we only use the tablet. But in the form of powder form, but tablet, but in powder form. Why powder form? Easy for logistic, because they use not like normal. They use tons of Jet A1 fuel. So we put into a powder form. But it is basically the tablet. Now, what is the calculation? What is the calculation? Let me show you the calculation. So the calculation is 1 kilogram of powder to 40 tons of JA1 fuel. 40 tons. Crazy, eh? Let me show you. Okay? Let me show you here. We go to here, drop in super biojet fuel. This is a separate presentation for biojet fuel. Now, let's have a look at here. The calculation was only, at that, now, only 1 kilogram for 40,000 liters of JA1 fuel. Now, here, 1 kilogram for 40,000 liters of JA1 fuel. 40 tons. 1 kilo to 40 tons. Now, what happened? What happened by doing that? The reason why we do that because we want to make sure that we do not change the specifications of the JA1 fuel. The specification is all conform to ASTM D1655. You look at here, the freezing point was excellent freezing point and density due to unique composition. So we don't change the spec. And very important, the temperature, high thermal stability indicates low level of impurity. This is very, very important. You cannot treat Jet A1 fuel the same with other fossil fuel. Impossible. You cannot. You cannot do that. So what happened by using our product? It is a drop-in technology. It is a drop-in technology where you do not need another or additional infrastructure. No need. And it will not change the specification. And it conforms with all of this, including the military compliance. All conform. Of course lah, because you don't change the spec. Now, when I presented this in Singapore event recently, what happened was like this. Now, by putting this tablet, when I explained this presentation, in Singapore event just recently, Professor Ho from the National Climate Change Secretariat, Prime Minister's Office of Singapore. So Professor Ho raised a question in front of all the audience. He said to me, Zurina, I'm sorry, but I cannot say that your product for biojet fuel is biojet fuel. I cannot say that. I cannot give credit to that instead. I said, why? Because, Zurina, you only put 1 kilogram for 40 tons. It's not even 1%. Okay lah, maybe 1%. So how can you call it bio, Zurina? That was his question. I actually was waiting for that question. I like it. Okay. Now, the reason why I was waiting for that question is to not to teach, but to let them understand the importance of this issue. Now, let's talk about this. I asked with Professor Ho at that time, I said, Professor Ho, so you expect me to say that my super biojet fuel is actually 50-50 blend, like how the Honeywell UOP did, or the other companies did, 20-80% blend. You know, so many companies announced in the media they did 50-50 blend for biojet fuel, and they announced in the media in 2010, in 2011. So many companies announced the same thing. And they use Jatropha. Some even use palm oil. Wow! But where are they now? They announced it in 2011. Is there any commercial player using it constantly today? No. Stop there. Announcement and nothing happened. Now, let's talk about technically. Let's talk technically about it. Now, when they claim they did 50-50 blend, they are telling you they are mixing 50% vegetable oil with 50% JA1 fuel. What happened to the difference in density of the vegetable oil, the viscosity of the vegetable oil, the characteristic of the vegetable oil, and what happened to the freezing point, the temperature, the thermal stability? What happened? Are you crazy? You cannot treat fossil fuel with JA1 fuel the same. Impossible. You cannot treat them the same. It is not the same. You have to think and look at the risk factor. It's on air, you know. Anything happen, fall down. Where to go? Tak ada gas minyak, tak ada, no such thing. See, you have to understand. If people tell you, oh, it has to be 20-80 blend, then we believe that that is biofuel. That is nonsense. Oh, it has to be 50-50 blend, then I believe you that your product is biofuel. Nonsense. Why I say nonsense? Now, what is the purpose of what is the purpose? The purpose is actually to reduce emission, climate change. By just putting my tablet, can I give you that result? I guarantee you. I don't even say I give you, I guarantee you that you will have emission reduction more than 80%. I guarantee you, just by putting 1% of my product. What else you want? What else you want? You want emission reduction, right? I give you. What else you want? You want better performance? I guarantee you. What else you want? You want more kilometers? I guarantee you. As long as you deliver the purpose, how you do it, that doesn't matter. Most important is risk factor. No risk, that's very important. How you do it doesn't matter. But deliver the purpose is the most important. That's what I told Professor Ho, and he believed me. And now we become partners lah, of course lah. The Singapore government now working with us very closely. We form a committee immediately. So I just want you to understand. Now it's totally different era lah, different technology. You have to move beyond whatever in your thinking now. No more. Close shop. Different level. Totally different technology nowadays. Okay. So that is super biojet fuel. Okay. Now we have also tested with Peruvian airline, and saving on fuel consumption was at 18%, 18%. How? Where in the world you can save 18% fuel for aviation? If we can save that much for Garuda, oh my God, Garuda is going to make a lot of money. As I said to you, 60% cost goes to the fuel. If you can save, jangan cakap 18%. If you can save 5%, it will turn to profitable. Definitely, guarantee for sure. Ini kita bagi bukan 5%. We give you 18%, 22%. Imagine that. Alright? Now, how many products I told you? B40, B25, Super Loop, tablet, and Super Biojet Fuel. Now, I have another very, very interesting product. Very interesting one. Okay? Let me show you. Nanti kita soal jawab, Pak, ya? Nanti kita soal jawab. Bapak simpan dulu soalannya. Tetapi Bapak kalau mau soal saya harus pikir 3 kali dulu. Bukan 2 kali ya. 3 kali fikir sebelum soal saya. Takut jadi macam Profesor Ho. Kesian dia kena whack sama saya. Now kita tengok ini barang ya. Next product. Okay. Next product is I would like to show you the approval from the US government. Now, this is the approval from US government. Okay, they call it United States Environmental Protection Agency, US EPA. Last year, 2013, to Zurina Amnan, Bionas National Corporation, Long Beach, California. Now, this is the approval from the United States government, US EPA, the most important approval in the world. Okay, so they have approved Bionas M30 biopetrol, B10 to B30 biodiesel, biobooster tablet, and the super loop. This is actually super loop. Yeah? So the M30 biopetrol, what is that? What is M? M30 itu apa bu? Kan? So M stand for methanol. Methanol. So what is methanol? Why methanol? Why methanol? Because methanol is very cheap. Okay, methanol sangat murah. Methanol is cheaper, more than 50% cheaper than bensin or any fuel. Malaysia Petronas jual methanol kan, sangat murah Pak, bawah 400 ringgit. Bawah 400 US dollar per ton. Sangat murah. Harga minyak kita semua tahu 1,000 lebih 1 ton US dollar. Methanol cuma 400 US dollar 1 ton. Okay, so my boss is very smart. He choose water. Water is basically free, and he choose methanol, which is very cheap. Now, what is the difference between methanol and ethanol? Ethanol is the one used by America, Brazil, all over the world. E10, E15. That is ethanol, which is based from sugarcane, tebu dan juga jagung dan sebagainya. Betul? That is ethanol, and that is very expensive because from food, daripada bahan makan, sugarcane dan juga jagung dan sebagainya. Sebab itu, that's the reason why now America and Brazil has problem now, very big problem with ethanol. Petro Brazil now go to the court of this issue. Imagine, masuk mahkamah sampai masalah besar. Why use food crops? Then you will be in trouble. And that's what we say, not sustainable. Not sustainable because guna bahan makan. Sebab itu jangan pakai kelapa sawit. Tak boleh, Pak. No palm oil for biodiesel purpose. Not allowed. Okay? Now, let's go back here again. Now, so we do not use ethanol. We use methanol. Why? Because it's cheap. The fact is, methanol in the past, yes, true, people mix methanol with fossil fuel. Ya, kita dah dengar sebelum ni kan. But it will damage the engine. It has damaged the engine in the long run. In the long run, when you mix methanol with fossil fuel, it damages your engine. In America, they use, but they only use 3% only. 3% only. More than that, dah jadi bahaya. Dah jadi harm to the engine. But how come? How come? When methanol is banned and not allowed to use in many countries to be mixed with fossil fuel, how come the United States government, the US government, approved Bionas to mix methanol 30% with Bensin? How come? Why? Because when we mix 0.02% our additive with that methanol, the methanol has become good, has become harmless, has become renewable fuel. It become the coating to the engine, protecting the engine. It's totally different story. Like the water just now. It's no longer water. See? I told you, polarization, it will change anything to become anything. So the methanol now become good, renewable fuel. Now, if you have 30% methanol, which is only cost you $400 US, 30% you have saved already. Betul? Now, if we use methanol 30%, what is the result? What is the result? Now, let's talk about kenapa bila pakai produk Bionas mesti sangat power. Why? Okay, this is M50, which is methanol 50%. Okay, so methanol 50% mixed with 50% Bensin. From RON 95, octane number 95, increase menjadi 122 RON. Saya ulangi sekali lagi. Yeah? Ini company, this is Iranian company, Regal Petrochemical in Iran. They produce the biggest methanol in Iran. They have mixed 50% methanol with Bionas additive 0.02% and mixed with Bensin 50%. From RON 95, increased to 122 RON. Okay, now, I have told you just now that the US government has approved us to mix methanol up to 30% M30 with Bensin. The US EPA has approved us to mix 30% with Bensin. Okay, why? Because our additive has changed the methanol and become good, become harmless, become coating to the engine, protecting the engine, right? Now, that company in Iran, top scientists in Iran, they mix not 30%, but they mix more, 50%. So what happened? The RON increased from 95 to 122. Now, I would like to say this very important point. All over the world, people, the oil company, the government, they have been using MTBE. They use MTBE, which is this chemical supplied by the US, of course, mixed with crude oil, crude fossil fuel, to increase the octane number, to become premium. And this MTBE is very poisonous and expensive, of course. Now, we would like to tell all the governments in the world, stop using MTBE for the sake of the people, for their health. Stop using MTBE, use Bionas additive. Tak perlu pakai 30% because it's going to be like too premium. We can adjust, maybe just M20, 20% mixed with crude Okay, how many RON you want? 98. We give you 98. Premium. But use Bionas product, which is very, very environmental friendly, which is not non-chemical, will definitely much more better in terms of help to the people. Definitely more cheaper than MTBE. Why not? And you can adjust the octane number accordingly. That's our solution to all governments in the world. Stop using MTBE. This octane number will definitely increase just by using our additive. We can adjust. No need to 122. It's so crazy. Because they mix 50%. Now, if Bionas can mix methanol 30%, if we can mix methanol 50%, can we mix more? Can we mix more? Yes, of course, we can mix more. This one is SGS test report. For M85, we mix 85% methanol with only 15% of benzene. Pass SGS test. Maksudnya apa? 85% methanol, Pak. Methanol sangat murah, Pak. Methanol harga cuma $400 per ton. Cuma 15% benzin, Pak. The rest are methanol, which is very cheap. This is the solution for the world. But Bionas, we did not submit to EPA, US EPA 85%, 50%. Of course, we did not do that because it's very hard to change the mentality of the people. People will not believe us, and we do not want to shake the world. We do not want to be in competition with the fossil fuel producer. We don't want to become a threat to the fossil fuel producer. So we submitted 30% only. But the truth is, and the fact is, we can do up to 85%. Okay? Saya cakap laju sangat ke? Faham kan? Muka macam tak tahu faham ke tak faham ni. Minta maaf kalau tak faham Okay? I think faham insyaAllah. Okay, so saya nak bapak faham ini isu negara ni, Pak. Ini boleh menjadi solusi kepada mana-mana negara. You can test. In fact, we have the university from Makassar here. We want them to test. Last night we had dinner with them. We told them to test all our products. You happy with the test? Then we talk further. Test first. Test first. That's how we deal with anybody. Don't talk too much. It's okay. You just take our product and test yourself. Don't rely on this report. Don't. Do your own test. Okay? Now, I talk about savings. I talk about octane number, RON, but I haven't talked about climate change yet. Now, Bionas, can you prove to me that you really can reduce emission? Let me prove to you. Now, kita tengok yang paling dekat lah. Paling dekat dulu. Yang paling, okay, kita tengok Turki punya dulu lah. Turki punya test report. Now, if you look at this Turkish test report, they tested with M30. Okay, M30 tadi. Hydrocarbon from 224 to 7 within 15 minutes. Look at the time. 12.55, 1:10 minit. Daripada hidrokarbon 224 menjadi 7 dalam masa 15 minit, Pak. What is the percentage of emission reduction here? It's more than 95%, Pak. Now, this is Turkish punya climate, okay? Now, how about we go to the Southeast Asia punya climate, okay? Now, this is another test with M30. Okay, kita tengok M30 punya test, okay? Okay, look at here. This is the test in the Philippines. Before and after. M30 biopetrol, biobensin. Before, hydrocarbon 3,164. After, 42. Pak, 3,164 to 42. How many percent? Ini bukan 100% lagi dah, Pak. Ini mungkin 300% kot. Ya. I don't know how to even call it, okay? 3,000 to 42 hydrocarbon. Okay, let's talk about carbon, CO. Let's talk about CO. How much is the CO reduction? Before is 0.20. After is 0.00, Pak. Zero emission, Pak. Zero. Bionas is the only company in the whole world with this result. When I talk any world conference, I challenge everybody, if you can give me this result, show me. Zero emission. This is polarization. This polarization technology is the future technology. We have it today, but we have it today. Okay, so we give you emission reduction, we give you better performance, you can see from the octane number, we give you more kilometers, more mileage, and no risk. That's very important, no risk. Okay, now let's talk further. Okay, saya ada banyak test sebenarnya, banyak sangat test report. Okay, apa lagi saya mau cerita? People ask me, Bionas, do you have test from Intertech? This test from Intertech. Bionas, do you have tests from SGS? Of course, we have so many tests from SGS, so many tests from SGS, too many. Okay, Bionas, do you have gas station? Somebody asked me, Madam Zurina, you talk too much. Bionas ada gas station ke? Okay, the answer is yes, we have gas station, but not in Malaysia. Okay, so we have gas station in the Philippines. Department of Energy of the Philippines have granted us, Bionas Philippine Corporation, this certification for B30 biodiesel and M30 biogasoline with permanent registration. So this permanent registration allowed us to set up gas station and sell to the public. And we have set up our gas stations in the Philippines, and now we are building up to 1,000 gas stations in the Philippines. Not in Malaysia, in the Philippines. I told you already, we have left Malaysia in 2009. So don't talk about Malaysia anymore. We are a US-based company. Our headquarters is in Long Beach, California. Okay, no more Malaysia. Don't worry, okay? So kita sudah ada pam minyak, kita sudah ada banyak klien. This is no more R&D, no more. We don't talk R&D here. We talk commercial and we talk solution for the world, transfer technology. We told the university we are willing to do Center for Excellence, Transfer Technology, where we are going to have this training center, train the trainers program to produce the experts, the chemists, engineer, the professional experts in nano emulsion and polarization technology, to be trained and to be sent, to be stationed to all over the world where our clients is. Because up to 2015 COP, Bionas is going to play a very important role. Now, let me show you how important is our role in the United Nations, okay? But before that, let me just tell you, if you have any technical question in your mind, in your head now, before you ask me that question, let me tell you the answer first. Okay, I'm telling you now the answer. Now, your question is, what is the advantage of nano emulsion? I'm telling you here, okay? And you ask me again, water is the main enemy of the engines. How can the engine be affected in the long term by the mixture of water and fuel? Okay, we explain it again here. Okay, we even explain it in quite detail. And we explain it in this manner again. And then you ask me again, is there any formation of water in the fuel tank? I explain it again here. What is the behavior of the emulsions of water in fuel during combustion? Effect on micro explosion, secondary atomization phenomenon, I explain again here. Effect on steam pump, sudden expansion in the phase change during the micro explosion, I explained there already. Ignition delay effect, effect of breakwater molecules, water splitting, all we explain here. Okay, and you ask me again, what is the heating value of the base fuel as compared to the emulsified fuel in BTU per liter? I know that is playing in your head. I give you the answer here. Okay, and so many other questions that I have in fact provided the answers. So later, you just have to get from me this file. And if you have further questions, you can email me. Because we have 51 scientists that will answer you. You don't need to worry. Okay? Because I have a bigger task here, I want to show you something really, really important here. Okay? And we better focus in that. Focus on that. Huh? Okay, let me show you this something very, very important that I really need to show you. Okay, now, here is the letter from Ban Ki-moon to me. You know who is Ban Ki-moon? Yang kita tahu K-pop saja, semua orang suka K-pop. Ban Ki-moon from Korea, you know, he's a very smart guy. I met him personally many times. I just met him in COP. Now, this is letter from Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary of United Nations. So he wrote to me a letter. He signed here. Ban Ki-moon signed to me. This is the letter to me. So what did he say to me on the 2nd of September, just very recently? Dear Miss Amlan, it is with great pleasure that I invite you to the climate summit I will host at United Nations headquarters in New York on 23rd September. Which I did. I went to New York and not only participating, but I was the chairperson. I was the chairperson. Chairman. I was the chairwoman of one of the roundtable meeting. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Ini orang tak tahu dari mana. I was the chairperson in that UN Climate Summit meeting, or one of the roundtable meeting. How can they select me from all the rest of the world? And I was the only woman. This is not a place for me to brag, nak bangga ke apa. Ini bukan cerita bangga, Pak. Ini nak cerita betapa pentingnya ini solusi to the world. And Bionas know the fact that this is a very dangerous as well. When you turn water into energy, you become the king of energy. That's what Dr. Nazar Hassan said. Dr. Nazar Hassan just now, he's the chief unit science of technology for UNESCO, United Nations as well. He's the chief scientist. He said, just now in the interview, he said, whoever can turn water into energy, he's the king of energy. That is the king of energy, you know. So now, this is a very dangerous mission that we did. That's the reason why we have to partner with United Nations so that we'll be protected. Because fossil fuel producer tak happy dengan kita. Of course lah, when you use methanol 85%, it's only leaving 15% of Bensin. When you use water, okay, another question. If Bionas can mix water 25%, can Bionas mix water 50%? Can Bionas mix water 100%? Of course. Of course. But we cannot tell people. But this polarization technology, once you master this technology, once you in control of the technology, once you master this, you can do unlimited. We have 100 products. 100 products. We only launch 7. If we tell you what we can do, you won't believe it. Kita tak berani pun jalan on the street kalau kita cerita yang the truth. Because this is a very dangerous mission. That's why we have to be partner with United Nations. Now, let me tell you to what extent is our partnership with United Nations. Now, okay, this is a letter from Ban Ki-moon, and I want you to see here what he wrote to me. He said, I invite you to bring ambitious announcement and actions. So Ban Ki-moon told me, Zurina, I invite you to bring ambitious announcement and action, which I did. Now, let me show you again. Yeah, let me show you again. We have, in fact, we have many membership with UN agencies. Okay, hold on. This is a letter from 3 agencies of United Nations to us. Okay, here. Caring for climates, they have 1, 2, 3 UN agencies. And who they are? They are the UN Global Compact Office, UNFCCC, and UNEP. You know that all these agencies are the most important agencies of United Nations for climate change. And they wrote a letter to my boss here, Dato' Sri. We wish to thank you and to recognize your vision and leadership. Okay? And I will show you another letter from CTCN, and this is very, very important because this CTCN is actually the laboratory of United Nations. CTCN is stand for Climate Technology Center and Network. Okay, and CTCN is hosted by UNEP. Now, to be a member of CTCN is not easy, because CTCN is the laboratory of United Nations. The technology is packed here for all the countries in the world to refer to and implement. Now, if you look at the membership number, our membership number is N0011. We, not only the number 11, of course the other 10 are not companies, the other 10 are all agencies of the UN. Okay? And we are number 11, and if you go to UNEP website, you will see the news posted by UNEP. They say Bionas has become the first private sector member to the United Nations Climate. You boleh refer kepada UNEP website, which is in our website also. Imagine Pak, berapa banyak private sector dalam dunia, Bionas is the first private sector member. In the whole world, we are the only one and the first. Until now, we are the only private sector in that CTCN. Nak dapat kelulusan untuk masuk jadi member Pak, wow. The due diligence is very tough. Was very tough. Now, if you look at this approval, here they said here, our membership was granted. Here is declined, but we are granted here. If you can see here, they said BATC dalam berhak, which is Bionas Agro-Hutan Technology Corridor, which is Malaysian company, is Jatropha-based biofuel for industry and transport extensively in Southeast Asia and also in Latin American countries and African countries, and has established joint venture in 40 countries internationally, and produce additive and products with certified quality, and the financial stability was demonstrated by statements for fiscal year 2010, 11 and 12. Now, they have conducted due diligence on us for 3 months. They went through all our facility, they went through our financial audit report and everything, barulah dia luluskan Pak. This is very significant Pak. That's why I'm spending my time telling you this, because by 2015, there will be a new treaty to be signed by all the countries. That was discussed in COP Peru. I was there with my boss. They have agreed that 2015 there will be a new agreement to be signed and enforcement will be done, and which include aviation cannot fly without biofuel, shipping cannot ship without biofuel, and many others. Very strict. Okay? At that time, all the countries in the world will refer to CTCN for technology. Which technology to be used? And Bionas is already there. That's the reason why we need to produce as fast as possible. At the first stage, 500,000 expert professional in nano-emulsion and polarization. And we hope to produce that from Indonesia. We, in fact, will produce the additive from Indonesia. We have decided we will choose Indonesia to be the production center and to produce our expertise. Okay? Now, so we need the cooperation from everybody here. Okay? Now, I would like to also show you again the video that was played earlier. Okay? I just want to show you how important is this video. Why? Because I was sitting next to
significant effort.
This is World Science Forum. World Science Forum. Now, who is this guy? Who is this guy? He is the chief scientist. This guy is the chief scientist of BP. You know how big is BP, right? Okay, British Petroleum. So this guy is the chief scientist of BP. The person who was talking is the chief scientist of Petrobrazil. Okay? Now I want you to listen. Okay? And this was World Science Forum. Okay? Suddenly ada perempuan ni, dah tak tahu daripada mana. Okay? So this was in, and he is the president of Economic Forum. Ini semua scientists, academicians, countries, leaders, ministers semua. Okay? And this guy, chief scientist of Petrobras, talking about sugar cane again. Bayangkan. Okay. Alright. Because I understand the question. Okay, Jatropha is not only suitable for biodiesel, for biopetrol, in fact, and we also for jet fuel, heavy fuel, anything.
Where does the methanol?
He asked about the methanol because methanol is harmful. Huh? Yeah. See, this is a new technology, polarization. What is polarization means? You can rearrange the atoms. Rearrangement of atoms. I want you to see his face. Look at his face. The methanol is one of the metals. Look at his face. So it's a new technology, and we offer technology transfer. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Huh? Wow. Ini dia datang daripada mana ni, dia kata. Okay. He's the chief scientist of BP. Now, you see, during that event, World Science Forum, nama pun World Science Forum, no business entity is allowed to speak. Not allowed. All scientists, all academicians, all, scientists lah basically, and they are all doctors, you know. So, in the agenda, they wrote my name is Dr. Zurina Amnan. I said to them, I'm not doctor. But my name was appointed and nominated by UN. So World Science Forum cannot say no, they have to accept it. Okay, so I spoke there and I really whacked everybody. I said, stop talking, this is the time to walk and work. No more talking, no more talking. I was very fierce. I have no choice because it's too late already. We are too late. Now, there is a request that I must present BIS for the coal power plant. Now, I have a presentation for this. Presentation for BIS, okay? So, let me show you the presentation for BIS. Okay? Okay, so what is BIS? BIS is the coal enhancer. This is, I'm about to finish, don't worry. Okay, this is BIS. BIS is coal enhancer. So our product BIS is used widely in Japan, in China, in Taiwan. Okay, and one thing about our client, when they sign a contract with us, we also have to sign a non-disclosure agreement that we cannot disclose their name to anybody because they don't want their competitor to know that they are saving a lot of money. They don't want. This is the way they do business. You know, they do business this way. Okay, because the saving is too much. Okay, so now BIS has, of course, we passed the SGS. Okay. And all is totally non-toxic. Our product memang very clean, but it gives you so much benefits. For example, this is your chimney. Your chimney like this. Normally you have to have it is downtime where we have to do maintenance, right? But with our product, just by using it, all this dirt will automatically fall down. So it will be clean like this all the time. So by having that, not only that, by having that, in fact, it increases the calorific value of the coal. Unqualified coal become qualified. Okay, and the coal saving rate is up to 25%. Okay, and of course, all this benefit up to 50%, increase burnable temperature up to 200, you know, reduction urban coal residual carbon up to 50%. So many benefits. Okay, so this is the presentation that you all can have later with me, and you all can actually test the products. So we called for the power plant to test our product. Okay, and all these benefits, we even teach you in this presentation how to apply. Okay, this one we teach you how to apply. Here we teach you how to apply. But before that, the ratio is you add 1 liter of BIS into 1,000 liters of water, and that is for 15 tons of coal. 15 ton coal batubara hanya pakai 1 liter BIS. Wah, bunyi macam tak masuk akal. Sound like doesn't make sense. Zurina, how can you make sure that you spray evenly on top of the coal? You are talking about 15 tons of coal, and you are talking about only 1 liter to 1,000 liters of water. So how can you make sure you spray evenly on top of the coal? That is your question, I know that. But we don't work like that. We don't work like that. It doesn't matter where you put it, because it works when you burn it. Okay? So that's the reason why we teach you how to do and how to apply. Okay, this liquid vaporizer and all that. So, in terms of powder and in terms of liquid, but people now in Japan, Taiwan, China, they more prefer liquid form. Better, they say. Okay, so now we have been supplying in liquid form, and you have all these benefits. Not only that, we even give you the calculations for the savings, the return of investment. Okay, and we even teach you, for example, let's say the power plant are using 15 tons per hour, so one day how much, and let's say the coal price in world, for example, $70 US, in some countries $100 US. The more expensive the coal is, much better, the more profits. Okay, and but we want to try to become conservative. We don't want to be too optimistic. We put at this price, and this is the calculation daily, this is monthly, and this is yearly. The cost of this we are selling at this price per liter. So imagine the saving of 25%. So basically this is the savings. This is the cost. Then you minus this, you get the minimum savings rate is about this much per year. But maintenance cost dah kurang, you tak perlu lagi buat maintenance, all automatically done. Banyak any other benefits, and of course it's very clean, and you can bring back the coal business, because some countries they're already cutting down the coal business because of the pollution. With this solution, they can bring back the coal business, and power plant can use again the coal. Okay. Now I think, boss, do I leave anything? Perfect. Okay. Now, any question?
Silakan hadirin yang ingin bertanya bisa langsung diajukan.
Nama saya Dodi Energi dari PT GMF Rusia. Thank you very much for good presentations.
Okay, Pak.
I would like to ask about the lubrication additive. So, as I know that during your presentations, you're not mentioned about demonstrations using the oil additive lubricant. Could you more explain or more explore in this presentation, please?
That's all.
Especially using on the aircraft engine aircraft.
Okay. Now, for this product, soalan Bapak tadi dalam my presentation tadi, saya tidak ada buat demo on this. Okay, saya pun tak tahu macam mana saya nak buat demo. Okay, kerana saya perlukan engine di sini kan. Anyway, tetapi saya tunjukkan tadi friction test machine, Pak. That friction test machine is the standard test for lubricant. You boleh tanya siapa pun, it's a standard test for lubricant. Nampak? Kita tak payah demo-demo, Pak. Bapak pakai terus ke dalam kereta, Bapak rasa sendiri. Ini produk memang sudah sedia for sale now, ready to use, ready to be supplied anytime, any amount, no limit. And this, the moment kita masukkan, goncang saja Pak, jangan lupa digoncang, masukkan dalam engine, minyak engine yang sekarang. Katalah mobil Bapak sekarang ni sepatutnya pergi servis, sepatutnya sudah sampai waktu harus diservis. Don't go.
No, I mean, bagaimana kalau ditambah di dalam
any kind of engine, including aircraft, including shipping, including any kind of vessel, whatever engine that use engine oil, this is a solution. This is a solution. It's the best solution. Okay, any more questions? More technical lagi, post aja email kepada kita, teknis kita akan reply.
Terima kasih Ibu Zurina.
Ya.
Terima kasih. Ibu telah memberikan presentasi yang very good. Tapi ada beberapa soalan barangkali yang bagi saya bekerja di BPPT, the Agency for Application Technology di Indonesia, yang barangkali sangat bertentangan dengan knowledge yang background yang saya punya.
Ya.
Yang pertama mengenai ledakan air, mengenai split H2O menjadi H2 dan O2. Ada tiga metode. Pertama, pyrolysis yang bisa menyebabkan itu. yang kedua water shift reaction, dan mungkin yang ketiga yang konvensional, air ditambah NaOH akan jadi hidrogen, kan gitu ya, ditambah natrium, sodium I mean. Tapi ini cukup, kalau ini benar bahwa H2O split menjadi H2 dan O2, ini merupakan teknologi yang sangat revolusioner. Jadi nggak perlu macam-macam lagi, Bu.
Ya,
nggak perlu bensin, nggak perlu apa, perlu air aja, Bu.
Ya,
tapi saya masih menyaksikan, terus terang, menyaksikan bahwa ini bisa merubah H2O menjadi H2 dan O2. Tolong nanti dibuktikan seperti apa. Kalau ini benar terjadi, maka kita sudah kolaps semua industri minyak ini. Ini benar. Kemudian yang berikutnya terkait dengan itu ya, ada reduksi kadar CO2 menjadi 95%.
Bapak lihat ini, Pak. Memang gelap sebab presentasi ini presentasi Roberto, dia pakai Linux jadi tidak cantik. Saya minta dia hantar PowerPoint. Pak, ini pecahannya, Pak. Saya bukan orang teknis, saya ada ramai technician. Nanti bisa diterangkan dengan lebih lanjut. Tapi kalau Bapak orang teknis, Bapak harus bisa boleh baca ini.
Oke, ini water shift reaction mungkin.
No, baca betul-betul, Pak. Sangat detail nih, Pak.
Saya.
Ya, mari ke sini. Ya, tidak berapa jelas. Gitu, terang sikit.
Ya, jadi masih membutuhkan karbon ya. Reaksi karbon dengan air, bisa CO dengan H2O menjadi H2 plus O2, bisa seperti itu. Ini juga reaksi konvensional gitu. Jadi bukan split bahwa H2O menjadi H2 plus O2 gitu. Jadi masih reaksinya melibatkan karbon ya, tetap melibatkan karbon, tidak berdiri sendiri gitu ini.
Bapak bisa nggak hantar email kepada saya tentang soalan Bapak?
Oke.
Nanti akan dijawab, tapi in English lah.
Ya.
Nanti akan dijawab oleh teknis saya. Sangat perinci.
Ya.
Saya mau tanya, zaman dulu bila ada keluar penicillin, insulin, yang bila pakai saja dalam medis punya, terus boleh bunuh bakteria dan sebagainya. Semua orang pelik how it works. How it works. All the doctors semua yang practitioner semua tanya, how it works, bila you pakai insulin saja, penicillin, terus baik, terus mati semua bakteria. But how it works, it cannot be explained. It's the same thing. For example, Pak, saya tanya now if you talk about biodiesel, in the past until today, people are still using trans-esterification, even though actually that technology is actually obsolete. Now, I'm telling you, biodiesel produced from trans-esterification actually increased the NOx with 10% lower energy content. In Malaysia, there are 18 trans-esterification refineries, all closed down. Okay, hari ini construction building siap, esok tutup. Perkara biasa. Now, it's totally nonsense to us, I'm sorry to say. Now, trans-esterification technologies telah menyebabkan, has cost billions of money all over the world, gone just like that. In Germany, more than 150 trans-esterification refineries closed down. It's totally so ridiculous. Now, the question is, who approved this technology? Who approved this trans-esterification technology yang sangat mahal ini, 50 juta US dollar ini? Who approved it last time? Bapak pun tahulah, the world body lah yang approve the technology. And this technology was approved without what? Without even conforming, without even making sure that whether it really works or not. But finally, when everybody has invested into it, invested into it, and everybody makes money out of it, of course, when they actually produce the product, wow, it's actually increased the NOx with 10% lower energy content. Now everybody say, blaming, oh, the palm oil is expensive and that's the reason why we cannot. Nonsense. Anyway, now my question is again, my statement here, the ASTM standard, Pak, EN 14214, and all the ASTM standard, based on which technology, Pak? Are we saying that we are basing in the wrong technology? That's my question. Now, okay, we don't want to blame anybody here. The thing is, my technology here, this polarization is totally beyond your thinking. Beyond. This ASTM standard, but it's not matched with our technology, but it's not matched. Whatever your knowledge now is not comparable even to our technology. But I wish you meet with Roberto, but if you meet with Roberto, this Roberto is actually, he has master in robotics from Japan, and he has 16 patents under his name. And he came to my office 4 years ago. When he came to my office, I did this blend in front of him. He brought the blend, the P40 he brought back to Chile, and he disappeared, dihilangkan diri 1,5 tahun, Pak. Saya cukup marah, Pak. Saya kata, ini orang datang sini mau tiru teknologi kita, hilang 1,5 tahun. After 1.5 years, he called me and said, Zurina, can I come to your office? I want to sign now. I am convinced now. I said, I don't want to sign with you, Roberto. You simply gone for 1.5 years, now you want to come back and sign with me. Zurina, the reason why I disappeared, because you must understand who I am. I'm very, very technical. He received many awards. He's top scientist in the world. He said, Zurina, I brought your sample. I waited for 1.5 years. I sent to Houston, in the lab in Houston. I checked everything. The water never separate until today. And amazing, I have checked with all scientists all over the world. They all confirm that your technology is the best in the world and the only one. At that time, but he only talking about nano-emulsion, but he did not even talk about my polarization yet. Dia sudah impressed. And then when he found out about our polarization, he become more crazy, and he went to the shipping company, to the aviation, and put his neck to test because he is the believer. Pak, Bapak, isu saja soalan Bapak teknis, soalan teknik. Roberto akan jawab. Tak perlu saya suruh saya punya 51 saintis, tak perlu. Roberto saja sudah cukup jawab. Ini pun dia yang buat. And he's a businessman now. Even though he's very ini, but he's a businessman. So let him answer you. Kalau Bapak duduk dengan dia, memang tak habis lah. Memang best sangat. Okay, next question. Silakan.
Okay, thank you. My name is Fahri from Cooperative of Garuda Indonesia.
Okay.
Thank you for good presentation. I want to know about regarding the super bio jet fuel. Up to now, which airline using that product?
Okay.
And then, second, how about the price? How much the price all of the product that you say in your presentation? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. Now, I will show you. Boleh kita discuss price? Boleh bos, Price kita bincang nantilah. Tapi sudah pasti hemat lah. Itu sudah pasti banyak hemat dia. Saya kena respect orang sini juga kan. But let me answer your first question. Who using it? Okay.
Biar tertambah.
Okay, ya bos.
Dia begini ya. Sekarang ada 17 airline company beratur mau jadi champion Bionas untuk diumum di dunia pada 2015. Nombor 1 Japan Airline. Yang lain semua dari Amerika, dari Eropa sampai Kanada. Baru-baru ini Brazil kata, saya pula mau jadi champion. Bapak mau apa? Kata.
Embraer, you know Embraer? Ya, Embraer mau jadi champion.
Jadi
tapi sudah berebut. Semua sudah tes.
Kita tolak Boeing, kita tolak Airbus, kita pilih
Embraer.
Dan yang pakai sekarang ini, kita punya airline sendiri, kawan-kawan kita, sahabat-sahabat kita, and then di China paling banyak pakai ini. And kerana ini belum diumum oleh United Nations nak jadikan championnya. Dan sekarang yang officially minta 17 airline. Semua yang dipanggil top 100 airline. Ya, di airline ada 400. Sekarang ini top 100 airline dah queue. Dan kita akan adakan satu World Conference di
Aviation
di Chile,
di Santiago. Bulan 3 nanti.
Bulan 3 dipanggil airport dengan aviation. Itu semua airline akan berkumpul di sana, akan mulakan dia punya pengumuman sebesar itu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know where you're going, Pak. I know where you want to go. See, Pak, you are talking about whether we are in compliance with FAA, whether we are in compliance with AKO. I know that. You talk to me, I know everything. Now, I know that. I know that is your question. But if I tell you, jangan marah. If I tell you I don't believe in them, what do you think? I'm sorry lah. Kita ni sangat, how to say, I don't believe in MAA, I don't believe in AKO. Because we have submitted before this for the compliance. Semua lah Pak, peraturan semua-semua. Ada cerita lain lah Pak ya. Ada cerita lain, minta itu, minta ini yang bukan kita punya expectation lah Pak. Tak masuk akal lah Pak. Sebab itu kita Bionas sangat, we don't care one, we just go. We don't rely on anybody, we don't rely on any government, we don't rely on any agency, we don't rely. We even tell them you take it or you leave it lah. MAA, AQA, if you talk too much, never mind, you go. But I will show you that I will start with the airline themselves. And airlines took the risk Pak, took the risk. They use our product Pak. They test and they use without telling them. Because why? They need to save Pak. Bionas has to do our way. Kalau kita ikut cara mereka, kita boleh gila Pak. Boleh gila. That's why now so many airlines working with us. Robot. We have no choice. We have to organize this conference, aviation conference in Santiago in March, so that all airlines will gather. We go against them. We're gonna sign with the new standard and give to AQ and FA. You comply with this. That's the way. We have to no choice. Okay. For example, you today go back to house to your house. You go and check bionas.com.my. I wish I have the internet here. Bionas.com.my. You can see that I spoke in Expo Naval just last 2 weeks in Chile, where 70 countries, more than 70 countries gathered in Chile, organized by the Navy of Chile, the government of Chile. 70 countries, including Indonesia, everybody was there actually, the Expo Naval. And I was the speaker. Next to me was man engine and turbo. You know man engine? If you are in shipping line, you know who is man engine and turbo from Germany. And next to him is Wärtsilä, Finland, the biggest, you know who they are if you are in shipping line. And in front of me, when I was talking, one of the audience was the head of IMO, the certification agency for the heavy fuel for the shipping, IMO. When I finished talking, the IMO guy, the white guy from the UK, he's waiting for me like this. Madam Sina, I've been waiting to talk to you. I said, okay. He said, I'm the IMO guy. I pretend cool. IMO? Once IMO certified Bionas B25 heavy fuel, meaning all the world have to use my Bionas B25. I just need IMO back. And IMO guy said, he said to me, Zurina, you are the only solution for the shipping industry. Your product. IMO guy said that Pak. So ini kita melawan arus Pak. Sekarang ni kita melawan arus. Kita go to the clients. We tell the client, you just test. Don't bother about regulation. Don't care lah. You just test. You happy, you use it. Compliance kita buat juga. Sebab itu we work with partnership with United Nations to protect us. That's all. Okay, any more question? Silakan. Ya Pak, silakan.
Terima kasih, masih berkisar pada pelumas Bionas. Nah, di sini pemakaian sampai 20.000 km non-stop ya Bu?
Ya.
Nah, yang jadi pertanyaan saya, bagaimana endapan yang terjadi di mesin? Ada beberapa produk oli yang masuk, yang saya biasa coba. Endapan oli itu, kalau lama dipakai, bagian dalam mesin itu bertumpuk endapan di dalam. Nah, kalau memang ini terjadi juga demikian, apa ada bahan yang dipakai untuk menyemprot bagian dalam mesin itu supaya meleleh endapan yang ada di dalam? Berikut masih di pelumasan, dan bagaimana penguapan oli itu setelah dipakai sekitar 20.000 km. Saya lanjut Bu. Tadi ada campuran bahan bakar untuk menghemat bahan bakar. Ada beberapa poin di situ saya setuju. Nah, yang saya tanyakan ini, setelah diisi bahan itu ke dalam bahan bakar, berapa lama bisa bertahan itu campuran itu? Apa bisa 2 tahun seumpamanya, atau 1 bulan setelah diisi masih bisa dipakai, atau ada waktu tertentu setelah dikasih masuk baru dipakai? Berikut proses campurannya, berapa lama setelah masuk baru bisa dipakai? Itu untuk campuran bahan bakar Bu. Nah, barangkali lebih detail lagi karena Saya Bu dari Universitas Negeri Makassar. Terlambat saya bilang. Yang saya mau pertanyakan, apakah tidak ada dampak daripada campuran bahan bakar ini terhadap komponen sistem bahan bakar yang ada pada engine?
Dampak tahu Pak?
Akibat, efek,
Risiko.
resiko. Saya lanjut Bu. Nah, yang sangat berisiko di dalam mesin untuk mesin diesel Bu hanya dua komponen. Pelunyer, kalau diistilahkan di sini elemen, terus dengan nozzle. Itu yang sering jebol Bu, dalam artian terkikis, aus Bu. Itu yang sering terjadi.
You are referring to which product ni? Yang ada air ke tidak? Oh, any product?
Yang tidak ada airnya Bu.
Yang tidak ada air.
Iya. Nah, berikut untuk mobil bensin. Kebetulan bensin sekarang ini, kalau mobil yang masih menggunakan karburator, itu tidak ada persoalan. Tapi yang menggunakan sistem injeksi, apa tidak ada efeknya? Karena pompa yang ada di injeksi itu masih dicelup di tangki Bu. Apalagi yang menggunakan campuran air tadi ini. Terima kasih Bu.
Okey. Now, kita jawab soalan Supulup dulu. Banyak betul soalannya. Saya tak jawab dah, saya pun lupa. Okey. Now, kita jawab soalan yang Supulup dulu. Apakah dia kata tadi, kalau 20,000 km, adakah ada mendapan? Is that the correct question? Right. Now, saya bagi satu contoh ya. Satu contoh. Satu testimoni. Ini orang bawa kereta Alfa. Okey, Dr. Muhammad nama dia. This Dr. Muhammad use our lubricant. Dia punya minyak engine sepatut sudah mau tukar, tapi dia letak kita punya additif. Okay. So, bila dia letak kita punya additif, mula-mula bila dia sampai ke bengkel, kita di sini panggil bengkel ke? Bengkel kereta. Sama ya. The mechanics, kan dia test minyak hitam. Minyak hitam dia test kan? Dia boleh kata apa dengan Dr. Muhammad? You punya minyak hitam, dia kata, sudah kering. Dr. Muhammad kata, mana boleh kering? Saya kan masih ada minyak hitam. Saya baru top up Bionas punya additif. Kata, no, tak ada tanda sini. Tak ada tanda. Betul-betul macam tak nampak tanda. Kan biasa minyak hitam warna hitam kan? Tak ada tanda. Dr. Muhammad kata, okey, kalau macam tu cuba kita tengok bawah, kasih keluar. Ada tak? Memang ada banyak lagi. Rupa-rupanya, the moment you put our additive, you punya viscosity, the viscosity of the minyak engine itu menjadi sangat cair, mencairkan, seolah-olah baru ya. Dan warna dia jadi bukan hitam, jadi bersih, sampai tak nampak tanda tu. Jernih, jernih. So the question about mendapan tu Pak, sebenarnya tak ada Pak. Kalau bapak pakai kelapa sawit, adalah. Minta maaf kalau pakai kelapa sawit, adalah, kita tahu, mesti ada. Tapi kalau you pakai kita punya polarization ni Pak, tak ada. Tidak ada, isu itu tak timbul Pak. Itu satu. Tapi sebagai universiti, saya minta bapak test sendirilah. Satu. Okey, soalan nombor 2, saya lupa. Bapak soalan lagi sekali. Soalan nombor 2 apa? Banyak sangat soalannya ni.
Yang kedua tadi Bu, tentang penguapan. Banyak produksi oli yang kita pakai di sini memang bagus Bu, suaranya nyaris tak terdengar. Tapi setelah lama dipakai, kadang olinya sudah habis dalam. Kita tidak tahu kemana menguapnya Bu. Ya, apakah produk ini juga tidak menguap?
Bapak jangan samakan dengan yang lain-lain. Ya, ini kan saya kata tadi beyond our thinking ya. Bapak cuba aja dulu. Nanti bapak tahu sendiri. Ya, ini betul-betul Pak. Cuba aja dan tahu sendiri. Betul-betul beda nih Pak. Ya, betul-betul beda. Okey. Kalau saya bagi tahu partner kita di Singapura, dia pakai Ferrari. Okey. Dia pakai Ferrari. Sekarang dia punya Ferrari Pak, saya pun macam tak masuk akal. Susah saya mau terima pun susah. Dia kata dia lari 380 km 1 jam. Logik ke? Macam tak masuk akal. Tapi itulah dia kata hakikat dia. Wow. Dengan loop kita, with the loop, tak masuk akal langsung. Bapak cuba dulu ya. Okey, itu satu. Soalan nombor 3 Pak.
Yang nomor 3 tadi Bu, berapa lama setelah
bila campur?
Ya.
Sampai lagi lama campur lagi bagus. Lagi lama campur simpan lagi bagus. Tak ada efek. Tak ada efek. That's our product. Lagi lama simpan lagi bagus. Okay, next question.
Berikut lagi Bu, tadi apa tidak merusak komponen daripada sistem bahan bakar? Antara lain di diesel itu Bu ada pelunyer. Pelunyer itu saya bisa kasih contoh yang ada di Sulawesi Bu. Di Makassar itu pelunyer kita bisa pakai sampai 10 tahun.
Pelunyer apa?
Elemen pompa injeksi ya Bu. Injection pump.
Injection pump. Ada terangkan kan ke situ?
Tidak ada.
Ada dalam soal jawab tu Pak. Diterangkan secara teknis di situ.
Injection pump yang ada di Makassar itu Bu, sampai jalur menuju Manado, itu kita bisa pakai sampai 10 tahun. Tapi di Kendari, mungkin ada teman dari Tenggara, itu pelunyer hanya sampai 1 tahun Bu, bisa dipakai. Di Kalimantan juga berkisar begitu. Ini dipengaruhi oleh bahan bakar. Nah, apakah bahan bakar ini bisa menanggulangi itu atau bisa menambah lebih cepat lagi umurnya?
Lebih cepat lagi umurnya itu ya benar, pasti. Okey, yang kita tahu memang tidak perlu ada modifikasi to the engine, tidak perlu. Lebih panjang umur, less maintenance itu pun pasti benar. Dan bila Bapak sebut tentang engine tadi, pump steam pump, injection pump, saya rasa memang ada sudah di sini. Soal jawabnya. Cuba kita lihat di sini. Itu dia Pak. Ada tak di sini diterangkan? Ada tak di sini yang diterangkan? Di sini? Ada tak? Ni steam pump, okey. Lepas tu ini ignition delay effect. Ni water splitting dan semuanya. Ya. Jadi Bapak refer aja di sini nanti ya, minta presentation saya ya. Dan sekiranya lagipun Bapak kan universiti, kita memang nak bekerjasama. Nanti kita bekerjasama dengan teknis kita, soalan jawab semua kita akan jawab bersama-sama. Kita akan buat test menyeluruh. Setiap produk universiti harus test satu-satu. Okey. Seterusnya sudah kan? Next question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Akbar dari PT Pelni. Saya pakai bahasa biar tidak ada kesalahpahaman. Pertama, memang betul untuk perusahaan pelayaran bahan bakar sangat penting. Hampir setengah dari biaya kos itu dari bahan bakar, betul sekali. Kita semua paham ke depan kita harus menggunakan bahan bakar terbarukan. Bahan bakar fosil sudah pasti itu akan habis. Kita harus memandang ke depan. Saya sangat bersyukur ini mungkin Bionas sudah mulai melakukan ini. Yang saya ingin tanyakan dari perusahaan pelayaran itu kita terkait dengan insurance Bu. Insurance. Kita tidak akan terlepas dari insurance karena modal alat produksi kita sangat mahal. Ibu tadi bilang kita di sini tidak judi Bu. Ibu tadi bilang hanya gambling. Hanya menawarkan terserah. Kita hanya menawarkan sampai di situ aja. Tapi saya berharap apabila ada sertifikat dari IMO yang membuktikan kalau memang ini benar-benar berhasil. Dan saya dua lagi. Kedua, alat-alat mesin-mesin yang di atas kapal itu biasanya dia mengeluarkan test engine Bu. Dia ada atasnya B5, B10 hingga B25. Tadi Ibu menyebutkan ini B30 sampai B40. Apakah itu sudah diuji? Kita harus melalui tes tersebut. Dan yang ketiga, di Indonesia ini Bu, perusahaan minyaknya sudah menggunakan B10 itu sudah dikeluarkan oleh peraturan pemerintah. Saya lupa nomornya, tapi ada di peraturan pemerintah SDM. Itu kita sudah menggunakan B10. Apabila dicampur dengan Bionas ini yang menggunakan B20 itu apa reaksinya?
B25
ya, B25 bagaimana reaksinya? Dan Ibu tadi hanya mencontohkan dengan MFO itu ya, heavy fuel itu MFO ya. Kita di PTPL ini menggunakan HSD, apakah ada perbedaannya? Dan lagi Bu, bahan bakar yang menggunakan biofuel itu sedimennya sangat tinggi. Bagaimana dengan Bionas ini? Apakah sedimennya cukup tinggi atau bagaimana? Karena itu mempengaruhi untuk ketika kita docking di atas docking tahunan. Terima kasih.
Ya. Okey. Pertama kita cakap pasal bukan gambling lah. You are referring to the B25. For the shipping companies to use it, you cannot gamble with this. You want IMO to do the certification. Now, this is the Bionas website. Okay, if you go to Bionas website, you go to this part, buka 4 Desember, akan nampak kita punya expo naval. I want to show you that I was with IMO and with NK class. You know NK class? Nippon, Japan. Okay. Now, ini di sini. Okay. Lihat di sini Pak ya. So ini saya di Expo Naval, 70 negara yang hadir, Navy semuanya, shipping industry, and I was the speaker. Ini Pak, ini adalah main engine and turbo. This is Vatsila. Okay. And ini adalah head IMO UK, orang ini. Okay. And kalau Bapak lihat di sini, NK class Nippon, Japan was there. Now, IMO have explained to Bionas how to do a shortcut for certification. That guy, Hughes namanya. He said to me, Zurina, I will teach you how to do a shortcut so that we can certify you immediately. Alright? He asked me to go to Singapore. I said, Singapore? I'm very big in Singapore. I work with the Prime Minister office in Singapore. I say, very good Zurina, because Singapore is a flagship country. Flagship Amerika punya anak lah. So meaning to say that all the shipping center dekat Singapore, because once you get Singapore test, then IMO will certify. Which is now Pak, we are doing it. So very soon Pak, very soon. Number 1, settle. And NK class pula, NK class, you know that NK class Nippon, Japan, they are producing the engine. Kan? Betul? Klasifikasi engine, correct. Kami sekarang Pak dengan NK class partner Pak, kita akan siap-siap produce engine yang suit to B25 kami Pak, dan akan di-supply kepada shipping industry. So Bionas buat 2 cara, satu dengan IMO, satu lagi dengan NK class. Kita cover 2 area Pak, yang lain tak penting. Faham Okay.
Tapi kapal kita ini, kapal PTPL ini menggunakan mesin-mesin dari Jepang ya, contohnya dari Maka. Dan itu
tak apalah, guna IMO certification aja. That's it.
Saya akan menunggu itu sertifikatnya.
Ya, jangan risau Pak. Kami sedang kerja keras nih. Itu satu. Nombor 2, tadi Bapak tanya pasal suara lagi Pak, lupa. Banyak sangat soalan Bapak tadi.
Pemerintah kita sudah menggunakan B10.
Ya, B10.
Bagaimana dengan
saya mau tahu B10 itu apa?
10%-nya dari etanol, 90%-nya fossil oil.
Ethanol.
Yes.
Bionas Pak, kami takkan sentuh ethanol. Kami Pak, the moment we touch ethanol, United Nations kata apa? Sayonara Bionas. Kalau Bapak berada tempat saya di COP baru-baru ni, mereka go against ethanol. Stop ethanol, stop ethanol, stop ethanol. Why? Because of the food conflict. Terlampau teruk krisis food. Brazil sekarang sampai Petrobras masuk mahkamah isu ini Pak. Jangan main-main Pak.
Berarti Ibu harus merubah peraturan pemerintah tersebut untuk menjual.
Makanya kerana itu kita harus ada pemerintah di sini.
Iya.
Ya, itu tugas pemerintah. Mereka harus berhenti pakai ethanol. Tukar terus kepada kita. InsyaAllah Pak, jangan risau. Sampai waktunya, sampailah. Any more questions? Sedimennya apa Pak? Separation pollution lah kan. Tidak ada lah Pak dengan kita. Ini bukan macam produk yang lain-lain biasa Bapak dengar, Bapak tahu. B25 kita Pak, polarization. Polarization means 0.02% Pak jatropanya ke dalam air Pak, air. Sedimen apa? Tidak ada. Ya, tidak ada. No, even Pak, kalau kita pakai dalam kapal tak ada filter, biasa ada filter kan, pakai filter. Filter pun tak pakai Pak. Tak boleh ada filter. Tak pakai filter pun. Navy Mac itu, you know how big Pak. Bapak tahu kan kapal Navy Mac itu besar mana? Bapak lihat sendiri tahu besar mana kapasitasnya. Mereka sudah test Pak. And kontrak kita dengan mereka sangat besar. Sangat besar. Bukan setakat Navy Mac. Bapak kenal CCNI tak? Besar kan? CCNI besar kan? That is our partner Pak. Bapak kenal Glencore? Siapa tahu Glencore? If you are in shipping line, if you are in heavy industry line, you must know who is Glencore. Glencore. Biggest in the world. They are our clients Pak. Glencore. Boleh tengok kita sign agreement sama Glencore dalam website saya. Jangan risau Pak. Ya? Any more questions? No more? Terima kasih. Ada lagi? Kalau nak cakap terima kasih. Silakan.
Ya, mungkin mohon maaf kita beri kesempatan untuk satu penanya lagi.
Oke, silakan.
Terima kasih.
Ya.
Nama saya Janter Nebahu dari PT PLN Pusenlis, Pusat Engineering Ketenagaan Listrikan, Engineering Center.
Yes.
Saya tertarik dengan BEES, Bioenergy Emission Solution.
Right.
Do you have any success story?
A lot.
In what?
In Japan, in Taiwan, in China.
In Indonesia?
Tak ada lah. Belum Pak. That's why kita di sini. Harap-harap Bapak boleh test lepas ini ya.
Kita sangat tertarik sekali.
Ya, bisa, insyaAllah. Ya.
Tapi dengan penjelasan singkat tadi, kita masih belum dapat
paham.
Paham.
Ya, nanti Bapak ambil saja presentasi, the slides. Bapak baca teliti-teliti betul-betul, tak faham, hantar email kepada kita. Dan kita terus test. Lagi? Question?
You in the brochure said that the nitrogen dioxide and NOx and SOx reduction.
Yes.
It means that we don't need anymore SCR, selective catalytic reduction, and FGD.
No need.
Are you sure that we don't need this?
No need.
If you want to install it in the power plant, how is the price?
Oh, price. Dah tulis itu tadi Pak. Ada price. Bapak siap dengan return of investment, siap dengan ROI-nya Pak. Nanti Bapak ambil presentasinya ya. Bapak teliti situ. Ya. Oke.
Mengenai ini Bu, kita kan ditugaskan pemerintah untuk membangun sekitar 35.000 megawatt.
Right.
Itu bukan hanya coal fire power plant, juga gas fire power plant juga beberapa.
Yes.
Apakah teknologi ini juga bisa?
Tidak. Teknologi sini hanya untuk coal. Coal enhancer. Increase the graphic value of the coal. Kan kita Indonesia banyak yang unqualified coal.
Yes.
With this, it will make it qualified. The graphic value will be higher. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions? Silakan.
Alhamdulillah nggak jatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang.
Malam. Selamat siang lagi.
Menyambung pertanyaan yang B10 tadi bukan etanol, tapi itu nabati.
Nabati itu apa?
Food. Sawit.
Aduh, tegak berlomba saya. Kelapa sawit. Oh, yes. Patutlah Bapak tanya pasal sedimen. Tak maulah, jangan sebut langsung kelapa sawit Pak.
Ya, saya juga dari PT PLN Persero Bu, menyambung pertanyaan teman saya dari Pusenlis. Kita juga sudah mencoba B10. Seperti pertanyaan dari Pelni tadi juga, banyak kerak dan segala macam. Kita masih belum berhasil di atas B10. Apakah ini bisa seperti itu? Pertanyaan pertama. Yang kedua, untuk batu bara coal, cara memixnya itu bagaimana Bu? Cara memixnya.
Okay.
Itu saja. Terima kasih.
Nombor satu, kelapa sawit. Mulai hari ini jangan sebut lagi kelapa sawit. Bisa? Jangan lagi sebut Pak. Jangan sebut lagi kelapa sawit. Tak maulah. Tak masuk akal saya langsung. Tahu tak masuk akal, tahu tak masuk akal saya. Sebab tu saya tinggalkan Malaysia 2009. Saya tak boleh terima kelapa sawit dijadikan bahan bakar. Kan itu bahan makan. Allah pun marah. Bahan makannya dibakar. Tak bisa. Sebab itu gagal. Seluruh dunia gagal, Pak. Dan akan datang lagi teruk gagalnya. Dan tidak praktis, tidak masuk akal. Ya, kalau boleh kita harus bincang sama pemerintah di sini. Harus berubahlah, transform for the sake of the people, untuk rakyat. Harus berubah. Apa saja kepentingan rakyat harus dibuat. Kalau bisa. Kalau bisa. Bionas sedia membantu. Kita di sini Pak, bukan mau jual barang, Pak. Tidak, tak minat. Bionas sudah jadi bukan multi-million dollar company, multi-billion dollar company. Kita datang sini bukan mau jual barang, tak interested. Kita datang sini nak bagi solusi kepada pemerintah dan rakyat Indonesia. Itu tujuan. Kita nak jual barang. Kita cukup uang. Dan kita mau invest lagi di sini. Kita mau bina kita punya production center di sini. Ini tujuan kita datang sini ini hari. Ya. Okey, soalan nombor 2, macam tadilah soalan yang sama sebenarnya, kan? Soalan yang sama dengan soalan apa ini tadi? B10 tadi ya. Apa soalan nombor 2 tadi? Oh, cara campur semua. Nanti presentasi PIS Bapak harus ambil. Tadi sebab saya tak tengok kan? Panjang tu presentasi tu. Siap ada arahan bagaimana aplikasinya, caranya, semua detail. Bapak ambil presentasi itu, tak faham lagi, hantar email. Kita jawab lagi dan lepas itu dites. Okey? Saya mau minta ampun, maaf zahir batin kalau saya ada menyinggung perasaan siapa-siapa, meminta maaf lah. Tak ada niat saya. Ya? Terima kasih banyak-banyak.
Oke, tepuk tangan sekali lagi yang luar biasa untuk Miss Surina atas presentasinya. Dan Bapak Ibu hadirin sekalian yang berbahagia, sebelum kita beristirahat, kita akan saksikan bersama-sama penandatanganan MOU antara PT Bionas Energi Indonesia dengan Universitas Negeri Makassar yang nanti akan dilakukan oleh Bapak Profesor Dr. Haji Aris Munandar MPD dan juga oleh Bapak